Oh, hey.
I hate when they do that.
Why this song? Why this song?
Well, they can't even. We can't even hear it anyway. Welcome back to the show. We're having technical issues with our cue music, our bumper music. Um, during our break, um, B would mention, how come I don't have a car? How come I don't have a truck? You know, well, I I don't have that type of money right now. I just, you know,
Nah. He's kind of worse than me because even though I have a truck, I can't drive it because no license. So,
now that's bad.
yeah, that's bad.
That's bad. I don't know how. So this is what I don't understand. How people can have cars and trucks and they don't have a license yet. Somebody that can have a license for like forever doesn't have a vehicle. That makes no sense.
It's like vice versa.
It doesn't make no sense. There should be a law saying if you don't have a license, you shouldn't get a car. You shouldn't get any type of vehicle whatsoever. That's not fair. That's not fair. Every citizen that has a license should have some type of working vehicle. Now, if you can't afford it, it'll probably be crappy, but at least you have some type of working video. Now, coming up later in the show, there was a study that was done. Who gets more action in the bedroom? And it was a poll. It was a poll from, depending on what type of cell phone you had. What type of cell phone you had. It was a study shown, and you may be shocked, how much action you will get if you have this kind of phone. And it's basically between the smartphones, basically. Who gets more action between those who have an iPhone or a BlackBerry? So, we'll reveal those survey a little bit later in the show. But I want you to explain to the people. We was talking about last time. We was updating folks on Jersey Shore. I want you to talk about what makes Jersey Shore, for people who don't understand what makes this show good. What is the positive thing? What's the good thing about Jersey Shore?
Well, first thing is the party. Like, who doesn't love to party every single night and bring girls back? And that's the first thing. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. But also, it's because it's so. How can I put this? Different from other reality shows. Like
that is true.
Like the Real World. We all remember the Real World. College Chill.
They need to bring that show back. That was a good show.
Yeah. Yeah, but see, now this is the first time ever that the Jersey Shore is the first show ever that had 2 seasons with the same people. Now, as we remember, on all the other seasons of Real World or College Chill or any other shows, people always changed up and always new. Like the people from the first season you don't see again in the second season. This season, you see Jersey Shore, you see the first season and the second season people back. So that's what's so different about it, and that's what makes it so controversial. Because if you don't know what to expect, like the first season, that most people thought it was boring, probably Jake. But the second season, you don't know what could happen. It could be fights, hookups that you never expected. It could be a fighting that you never expected.
Well, this season they're in Miami. They're in South Beach.
Yes, they're in Miami. First season they was in Jersey. But it's cold, it's winter now, so they decided to go to the place that's really hot the most, Miami, which I'm very shocked. Because the first 3 episodes...
Which everybody seems to be going to these days, South Beach.
Yeah, what I don't understand is, on the first season, I didn't see no grenades very much. There's only 2 grenades I saw, which was a rocket launcher, as Mike calls her, and another grenade, which was just a little bit, I don't know. But those were the only 2 grenades I saw from the first season. But the second season, oh boy, why did you choose Miami? As I've been seeing, most of the girls that you be at the clubs with are grenades. Like, they're not good looking women. Now I feel bad because I always dream.
But they party hard though.
Yeah,
I'll
no.
tell you that much.
I always dream that I always go to Miami. And I don't know, man. I don't know. If I see grenades like I see right now on the show, I don't want to go. And speaking of that, can we talk? I think we should talk about what happened at the end of the 3rd episode of Jersey Shore. Now this is gonna blow your mind because I know he hasn't seen it. Mike, Paulie, and Vinny brought back girls to the house in the hot tub, right? Mike put some water in his face, like, cause he was still drunk, so he put some water in his face, like, oh my gosh, we got grenades, man. So he realized that he had grenades, like ugly girls, in the pool with them. Mm-hmm. And Paulie was like, to Mike, he was hypnotized, Mike said he was hypnotized by one of the hyenas in the pool. So he was like, man, Paulie's hypnotized, man. He don't know what he's seeing. And then, now let me ask you, this is a complete turn off for a girl. Okay. What are you in the pool, right? You getting your groove on the jacuzzi. Then as soon as you know one of the girls' breast implants.
Oh, did it fell out?
Yes. Fell out in the water, and it was like some type of fish. So he was like,
the thing was just floating, and it just.
Like they was floating, and Mike and Paulie and Vinny was like, "What the heck is that? Like, what is that?" So he like, they himself like, "What is it?" And then Mike picked it. I think Mike was the first one to pick it up, right? And he saw that it was one of those implants. So you know what they did? Instead of being, and I hate to say it, but we are very much immature. Mike ended up playing catch with it with Paulie, and then he was like tossing it like to his back. He was like tossing it around.
Like a water balloon contest.
Yeah, like that.
You know?
And then Mike was like, "Oh hell no!" Like as soon as he saw that, it's like these girls got to go. So I'm thinking to myself like, "Oh my god, that's the most nastiest thing I ever seen." I ask you a question: would that be a turn off for you if a girl had breast implants? And it was floating in the water, and you in the jacuzzi with her, that breast implant fall.
That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. I think it's more embarrassing for her than it is, what our thoughts would be. What are you supposed to do? I don't know what you do.
I don't even know. I don't even know how that's even possible to fall out.
I have no idea what you do. I have no idea. I don't know how you keep going.
So that was just crazy.
Alright, now real quickly, we got a couple more minutes. Talk about each of the characters. Let's start with Angelina, who's been in and out of that show. Let's start with her.
No, she's more of a how can I say it? Loudmouth Staten Island girl. When she's drunk. I mean, like when she's normal, like when she's not drunk, she could be a nice person, but she always has that tendency to like blow up when she gets drunk. Like when she gets drunk, she just goes crazy. Like for real, like she just goes crazy. She slaps everybody. She talks shit to everybody. It's like Angelina, like come on, man, you don't have to be a hater. Like everybody loves you. Like you don't have to hate on everybody else in the house because you got kicked because you left the show. Like for real, you are a nice girl. Like Angelina is a nice girl, and she's cute. She's not ugly, but she's cute. Just no. She won't be my type.
Alright, what about Snooki?
She transformed since the first season. Like, her hair got better. She's not that much sloppy like she was. As you remember, the first season, she was drunk in the first episode. She was drunk in the jacuzzi with the 4 guys. And, like, she realized...
She let loose in the first season. Yeah, that's what I remember.
Yeah, she really matured herself to more of a woman than what she was back in the first season. Like she's actually as I remember, I really liked Snooki on the first season. I don't know what turned me on about her, but I really liked her a little bit. Maybe it's because of her personality. When she did those sounds. I mean those are kind of annoying, but she is kind of funny. She is funny.
All right, let's talk about the couple, or who is now broken up. Who knows? It's in a package deal. What about the couple?
Ronnie and Sammy. Well, to be honest with you, Sammy's more of a quiet girl. Like she's one of those girls that you wouldn't expect. Like, she got the body and everything, but sometimes she can be very, very quiet. Like, you don't expect her to get wild or get crazy. Like, she's one of the girls in the house that you don't expect that from because she's just so quiet. Like, she keeps her emotions to herself and she will unleash it when it's time. And Ronnie, he's a tough guy. I admit, first season, as I remember, he punched. What happened? He knocked the dude out, like clean cold with one
the
shot.
screen went to sleep, by the way, in case
he
you
knocked
know.
the dude clean out, but he's a fighter though, and that's what I respect about Ronnie. Like, he fights for his own. Like, he's a fighter, he's a brawler. But I don't know about him and females. Let's just say about that. I don't know about him and females.
All right, we'll talk about the other characters briefly, including the situation. Talk about that, and then we'll get into the preseason happenings, NFL preseason. We're going to start previewing. With T-Bone's going to be here tomorrow. We're going to preview, of course, the teams. Okay. Is Cincinnati worth all the hype with T.O. and Ocho Cinco, the VH1 duo now? Are they worth the hype? You know, we'll talk about that. And plus, of course, who gets more action, depending on what phone you got. The iPhone or the BlackBerry or others. Talk about that when we come back.